Joe Biden is the worst leader of the military in American history. Would a good leader call our troops dumb? Watch this.
And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Let's clap for that, Mr. Speaker Johnson. Man, you are a dull bunch. Must be slow here, man. Oh.
Would a good leader call our troops dull?
How the Coast Guard is, quote, the hard nucleus around the Navy forms in times of war. You're a really dull class. I mean, come on, man. Is the sun getting to you? I would think you'd have an opportunity when I say that about the Navy to clap.
Pause for a moment and consider how insecure and low energy you have to be to insult people for not clapping for you.
Country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Oh yeah, that's right. Always a classic. I almost forgot about that one. It's still painful to watch to this day, 4 years later. Someone who received absolutely zero clapping was Kamala Harris at the U.S. Naval Academy last week. Kamala gave what was essentially a poorly delivered first-year community college humanities lecture to tepid, often groaning responses for America's most prestigious military school. The entire speech is nauseating. We were forced to watch some of it, and now you have to too. Here's a painful 30 seconds.
You are electrical engineers who will soon help convert solar and wind energy into power, convert solar and wind energy into combat power. And just ask any Marine today, would she rather carry 20 pounds of batteries or a rolled up solar panel? And I am positive she will tell you a solar panel, and so would he.
Hilarious. Guys, there's only one politician in America who has proven that they can weaponize wind power, and it's not Kamala Harris.
Taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help them cheat an election. And the complaint that I've heard from Republicans all last week was that
It never gets old. Kamala was right about one thing in that address, and that's that the military has gone fully woke. Check out these humiliating ads from the U.S. Army.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California, with a little girl raised by two moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age.
Embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. And even the Army is embarrassed. After getting ratioed and downvoted into oblivion, 155,000 downvotes on YouTube alone, the Army shut off the comments on that video. These are the people fighting to preserve free speech and defend our Constitution. Your grandfather's army held Bastogne, Normandy, and Iwo Jima. But mean YouTube commenters are enough to get the modern army to retreat. Speak up about all of this and you'll find yourself out of a job, like Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Lohmeyer, who was fired for saying mandatory diversity trainings in the military are rooted in critical race theory, which is rooted in Marxism. He's, of course, 100% correct. CRT is racist, Marxist, garbage, specifically designed to make us hate each other. It is the polar opposite of what is found in our founding documents of this country, the same documents that Biden swore to defend against enemies both foreign and domestic. So how's Joe doing on that front? Is America more defended against enemies foreign? Well, it's hard to think of a larger threat to peace in our world than Iran. Iran's the #1 sponsor of terror on the planet and is directly responsible for killing or maiming thousands of Americans in Iraq and Afghanistan. They are alone the financial backers of Hezbollah, which just rained down missiles onto our ally Israel, killing Jewish civilians indiscriminately. It is not a stretch to say Iran has funded the killing of more Americans and American allies in the past 20 years than any nation on earth. So what is Biden doing about it? Sending them more money. It's hard to believe, but it's true. By re-engaging in the Iran deal, the terror state will get billions of your tax dollars. This will end in more carnage for American troops and allies. It's malicious. Speaking of carnage, how's Biden doing against defending our country from enemies domestic? Not great. Murder rates in American cities are skyrocketing as Antifa roam cities, burning and beating U.S. citizens at will. Just this weekend, Antifa beat an Asian man in Portland nearly to death because they thought he was a reporter. Want sedition and insurrection? Leftist domestic terrorists seceded part of Seattle and have laid siege to a federal courthouse in Portland for over 300 days. Where is our military? Certainly not protecting the American people at home. But then why should they want to? As if morale could not be lower, both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris sent insulting tweets to mark the beginning of Memorial Day. Biden said, "Stay cool." Yeah, great. And Kamala said, "Enjoy the long weekend." It was a long weekend for grieving families who lost loved ones, you cackling gremlin. Disrespect for our armed services is the new norm. One of the first acts of the Biden presidency was to let American soldiers sleep on a cold garage floor parking lot. But not even a parking lot was good enough for a veteran group attempting to honor fallen American service members. The group, called Rolling to Remember, organizes a bike ride through D.C. annually on Memorial Day. It's hard to think of a more noble or patriotic mission. That is why the Pentagon has historically always allowed the group to stage their ride in their massive parking lot. But not this year, not Biden's Pentagon. Biden's Pentagon banned Rolling to Remember from using the parking lot. Why, you might ask? They said it was because of COVID. This show went to the new meeting spot, an abandoned wasteland called RFK Stadium in D.C., to ask the riders how it felt to have Joe Biden tell you that an empty Pentagon parking lot was too good for you. Here's what they had to say. Seems like an insane thing of all places, the Pentagon, to tell you can't gather here.
I couldn't say it any better. What I find also ironic, anyone else with an agenda can get a permit, and they can actually go and protest and leave a mess and tear it up and burn it down.
Why wouldn't they let you gather? That seems insane.
It was all about COVID. They're still on that COVID edge right now.
Very puzzling, disappointing, say discouraging, but bottom line is they wouldn't talk to us.
Yep, it's safe to say that Joe Biden is the worst leader of the military in modern American history.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.